Joining us now on the phone is Malik Shabazz, Esquire, the national chairman of the New Black Panther Party. He was in attendance at yesterday's. Malik, first of all, thank you for coming on.
You're welcome.
Can you confirm that that was a Nation of Islam security crew yesterday with Jeremiah Wright?
Yes, I can.
Why did he need the Nation of Islam security crew?
Because the Nation of Islam offers the best security, and obviously Reverend Wright, a public figure, is security under security threat as well, and he does not have the benefit of Secret Service.
No, he doesn't. I guess nobody else volunteered, so it was left to the Minister Farrakhan to provide those people?
I wouldn't say that. I would say that when he wants the best, as an ex-Marine, he looks for the best, and some of the best can be found in the Nation of Islam.
All right, let me go to the main question, Malik. Minister Farrakhan said a number of years ago that I'm using his phrase now, it would not be the way I'd put it, but any Negro leader, he meant any African-American leader, who did not embrace the goals of the community would get called out by the Minister Farrakhan. How are black leaders feeling today about Barack Obama throwing mentor and pastor Jeremiah Wright under the bus?
I don't know if I would say under the bus, but clearly it was a stronger denouncement of Barack Obama of Reverend Wright than at any point in the past. And I'm sure that black leaders, as I am, have mixed feelings about it. While we love and support Barack Obama and hope that he succeeds and accedes to the presidency of the United States, we also love Reverend Wright as well. And many in the religious community, I also happen to be a minister and an attorney, have a deep respect for Reverend Wright and the tradition that he represents. And so we love Barack Obama, but he's walking on shaky ground when he comes out hard against Reverend Wright to appease the whites.
You were in the audience.
I was in the audience
at yesterday's Jeremiah Wright event at the National Press Club. And you were sitting next to Cornel West, who was whistling and cheering, right?
Yes.
And you were cheering and whistling and urging him on.
That's correct.
Do you think that Barack Obama actually does agree with Reverend Wright, and he only said what he said today out of political expediency?
That's a good question. I would say that I don't know. I can't possibly glean into the mind of Barack Obama to know what he actually...
Well, were you surprised by what he said today?
I was surprised, but I know that right now he's fearful of the results of the Indiana and North Carolina primary. And he doesn't want to have to look back and say, maybe if I would have dealt with this Reverend Wright thing stronger, I would have gotten more votes. So he is seeking to win in the primary. That's what he's seeking to do. He's seeking to win these next couple of states. So he's willing to almost do anything.
Well,
even offend a core base in the black vote. Maybe he feels he's got it locked up 100%. I don't know.
So you are offended?
I'm not offended. I mean, I'm not even surprised. But I don't think it was I don't think it was a wise move by Obama to come out strong on Reverend Wright.
Do you think Obama was lying? That he really doesn't feel that way, but he felt that he had to say these things to appease voters?
I think it's a mixture. I think if you go to a man's church for 20 years and he's your pastor, I think generally you're kind of in line in the spirit and the tune of his views because you hear them over and over again, even if you don't agree on all of them, maybe some of them. But I think more so it's political expediency. Barack Obama is frightened at almost any word that would come out of Reverend Wright's mouth at this point. And so I can understand what he's doing. I may not agree with it.
All right, let me go back.
I
Malik,
can understand.
There's two things. Number one, you said he goes to his church for 20 years. He must agree with him somewhat.
Somewhat, of course.
So these disavowals are a little bit suspicious, aren't they?
Yes.
Okay. Number two, do you know if Obama is a supporter of the Nation of Islam?
I know that Barack Obama admits himself in his writings that he attended the Million Man March. I know that, maybe I shouldn't say that on the air, but Barack Obama is well acquainted with Louis Farrakhan. And for him now to repeatedly come out and to really attack the character of Minister Farrakhan, he's just walking on more dangerous ground. As much as I love my dear brother Barack Obama, I have to maybe write him a letter and warn him that he's walking on dangerous ground.
All right,
attacking religious leaders in the black community for political expediency.
Let's back up here. Would you, in some way, substantiate this relationship you know about between Louis Farrakhan and Barack Obama?
Only thing that I know is that he admits himself that he attended the Million Man March. That's all I could say. There are other rumors in Chicago. I have no knowledge of any official ties between the two.
What you're saying, though, as a politician in Chicago, he had to have had some dealings with Louis Farrakhan.
Of course.
And Louis Farrakhan says, I love the brother. Why are you trying to hurt him?
What are you trying to do to our brother? Why do you hate him so?
Well, that's the high supreme wisdom of Louis Farrakhan, really the high love and the high mercy.
What are those rumors?
He's not going to go to the press club or anywhere at this time because he doesn't want anything he say to be used against Obama. And from what I know, and I know Louis Farrakhan personally for years, I've worked under him for years, and I can tell you he's sincere about that.
All right, well...
Reverend Wright is saying to Barack Obama that you got to do what you must do according to your destiny, but I have to do what God is telling me to do. And it would be unfair for us to tell Reverend Wright to go hide in a closet until January just to protect Barack Obama.
Yeah, but that's what Louis Farrakhan has volunteered to do and is doing.
That same burden is not necessarily on Reverend Wright.
What are the rumors out of Chicago about how well Farrakhan and Obama know each other?
I have no knowledge that they know each other well at all. I just know that they're familiar with each other, and I would draw the assumption that as a young African American or a black man in Chicago that's rising in politics and attended the Million Man March, is certainly, I'm sure to say, just like Clarence Thomas said when he was about to approach the Supreme Court, that he had admiration for Louis Farrakhan. It just became too politically hot to continue that position for Clarence Thomas, and I would venture to say Obama's in the same position. If it's not Reverend Wright, they will be attacking him on something else tomorrow.
But
he should fight Hillary. He should denounce Hillary Clinton as hard as he's denouncing Reverend Wright. That's what I want to see. I want to see him take off the big puffy gloves and the weak gloves when it comes to fighting his number one opponent, who's a true fighter, who goes to his gut, goes to his midsection every round. Hillary Clinton.
Malik Shabazz. It's always good to talk to you, Malik. Thanks very much.
Media Matters, certified right-wing psychopath.
Those clips are all taken out of context.
John Gibson.
You're just trying to make us look goofy and paranoid.